Hey, hello? Wake up! Can you hear me? Hello? Is anybody home? Yeah. Boy, tonight was a great night of television. Did you see the play your kid was in? Well, how about the documentary your neighbor made about the environment? Oh, you missed that too, huh? How about Melrose Place? Oh, yeah. Listen, let me tell you something. Why don't you take a look at a channel that has shows produced by people in your own zip code? Take a look.
So we're here today live from our new all-digital high-definition studio, and we are celebrating 25 years of serving our community.
A long, long, rich history here. I mostly am here to say congratulations, but also thank you. And also, just one more observation or pair of observations. These are challenging times in a lot of ways for local access, but I want to suggest that they are the most important of times for local access for two reasons. We all know that institutional media is struggling to get the job done. They have been hollowed out, the resources are gone, and every time you open a paper or watch a news broadcast, you know that there's less and less about what's really going on in the day-to-day lives of the communities we all come from. And you ask yourself, how are we going to share that information? How are we going to convey that knowledge? And the answer is the Media Center is going to help us do it.
You might be interested to know that over the 25 years, we have broadcast live 30,599 hours of government meetings. They like to talk.
All the fancy equipment we might get, that's not what makes the vibrant community stage. That's not what makes the success that we've made out of MPAC. This is a people thing, and it's very much dependent on these people, those of us here tonight and the thousands who've worked on shows and made shows over the years at MPAC. And when I'm saying it's a people thing, it's so great to be doing it where there's so many different kinds of people. And we've had shows, it's black people, it's white people, it's Spanish-speaking people, it's bolero dancers, it's African drummers, it's people who are in support of the Eruv and people who are opposing the Eruv. And it's political activists, it's spiritual seekers, it's poets like Shashay, and it's all of the nonprofit agencies, it's the schools, the local governments, the police, the libraries. It's the fact that all these groups are starting to use community television and make that stage come alive. That's what makes it an integral part of a vital community.
So in my world and in my work as a poet laureate for the city of East Palo Alto, the thing that's so profound for all of us is to stay connected to the power of love. So long ago, I wrote this: I believe in love. I believe in love how I believe in love. Because a man and a woman are still the core. And we've got to start loving each other more. We've got to stop waging this war and start being what we should be for.
This has been a great place, and so this is something to all the parents in this community. If you have kids, they need a creative outlet, and the Media Center is as important as the library in our society.
I'm Camille Townsend. I'm currently on the school board in Palo Alto, and so we're shown on cable all the time, which is wonderful. But I think some of my initial work down here was through the Palo Alto Black and White Ball. And then, of course, as a candidate, we were given the opportunity to reach the greater community when we were running for elections.
So one of the things that we did, we started this group called Teens for Christ. And Teens for Christ, like the name applies, it's teens, it's young people who are looking for an opportunity to have a platform to get their messaging out. There was a group out of Birmingham, Alabama. A pastor came into town, saw the viewing of Teens for Christ that took place here and took the model not only to Birmingham, but he also brought the team of leaders of Teens for Christ out there to train the youth in their community. So once again, kudos to the Media Center and all the work that you do here.
Thank you so much.
Annie and I shared the television vision. And so we've developed this incredible collegial relationship where they help me produce films, they help me conceptualize and imagine what's possible, and then they also help me take the films I have made and bring them out to the world.
I brought a big band into the studio once, and that YouTube video has now gotten 250,000 hits. So I really love the fact that this place gives a voice to the community. And so whenever I see a connection to be made, well, I bring them into the studio and let them tell their stories.
Every year, this is our 9th year, we ask the general public, which is you, to give us nominations for people who have fabulous, important, inspiring stories to tell who kind of fly under the radar. And we take all those nominations and we have a committee that votes for 6. This year we only have only 5 winners that we call our local hero award winners.
How many people do you know who are asking themselves, what's my next career going to be when they're turning 90? Well, that's exactly what's on the mind of Maribee Smith right now.
We had to go under the wall and crawl through there and try to run across, but we didn't really succeed because right away immigration came down and caught us.
I can put a person in detox in 1 month 3 times, but I don't get discouraged or sad. I just said that wasn't the day. Next week might be the day, so I'll do it again next week.
It was challenging and very rewarding. I used to make little documentaries about issues like San Francisco Creek and San Bruno Mountain and Devil's Slide Tunnel. And my favorite one was on the World Trade Organization in Seattle. So I went up there in 1999 and I had my camera and I was an observer and just capturing moments. And I put it down into about a 23-minute piece. It didn't have any narration by me. It was just people speaking and images of what was going on. It was so powerful. Couldn't have done any of that without the Mid-Peninsula Media Center. We are so fortunate in the Mid-Peninsula area to have this resource, and thank you.
Now, today, I make humorous videos for the office using PowerPoint all by myself. I can use a flip camera and go out on the internet, be seen all over the world by myself. But this is the only opportunity you really have to get together with a group of creative people and create something for the entire world.
As an East Palo Alto resident for 40 years, I just got to say this has just been the most consistent outlet for news and views and in 2 ways. And we have so many community members, several have spoken already, who have hosted shows for a long time. Then in terms of my persona as an elected official in East Palo Alto, council member for 8 years, and one of those years I was mayor, there's just some ways to connect that there's just no other way to do it. It's so personal. It's so connected. There's members of your community behind the equipment that you're talking to, and it's like no other forum that we experience for that.
Look at the diversity of people who have been through this studio today. Think about the diversity of voices. Think about the diversity of viewpoints. Think about the different areas of the world that we see represented. This is Silicon Valley. And this studio sits uniquely, even physically, in a place that represents the ability to blend this incredibly diverse community.